What if that weird feeling you get when you first wake up isn't just getting older, but your body screaming for help? You know that moment when you open your eyes and something just feels off? Maybe your arm tingles in a strange way, or your chest feels heavy, or the words don't come out right when you try to speak. Most of us shake it off, blame it on a bad night's sleep, or tell ourselves we're just not a morning person. But what if I told you that these seemingly harmless morning moments could actually be life or death warnings that you're missing every single day? The truth is, your body doesn't wait for a convenient time to have a medical emergency. Heart attacks, strokes, and other serious conditions often strike in the early morning hours while you're sleeping or just waking up. By the time you realize something is really wrong, you might have already lost precious hours that could mean the difference between full recovery and permanent damage. Today, we're going to walk through 6 morning warning signs that should never be ignored, especially if you're over 60. These aren't vague aches and pains. They're your body's emergency signals, and recognizing them could literally be the difference between life and death. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and what to do if you or someone you love experiences these symptoms tomorrow morning. Let's dive in. The first sign is waking up with one side of your body feeling different. Maybe your left arm feels like it's not really yours anymore, or your right leg seems heavier than usual. You might think you slept in a weird position, but when this happens suddenly and doesn't improve after moving around, it's often your brain telling you something is seriously wrong. Strokes happen more often during sleep than most people realize, which means you could wake up already hours into a medical emergency. Your brain controls movement through specific pathways, and when blood flow gets blocked or interrupted, those signals can't get through properly. That's why one side of your body might feel weak, numb, or just off. The scary part is how subtle this can be at first. It's not always dramatic paralysis. Sometimes it's just that your coffee cup feels impossibly heavy in one hand, or you notice you're leaning to one side without realizing it. I remember reading about a woman named Janet who woke up one Tuesday morning and couldn't figure out why her makeup felt so difficult to apply. Her right hand just wouldn't cooperate the way it normally did. Her husband noticed she was struggling and insisted they go to the hospital. Turns out she'd had a small stroke during the night, but because they acted quickly, she recovered completely with therapy. The key was not ignoring that something felt wrong, even when it seemed minor. The second warning sign is when words don't come out right. You know what you want to say, but your tongue feels thick. Your words slur together, or you hear yourself saying things that don't make sense. This isn't just morning grogginess or needing your first cup of coffee. When speech changes suddenly, especially overnight, it's often because the language centers in your brain aren't getting the blood flow they need. What makes this particularly frightening is that you might not even realize how you sound to others. You could be having a conversation thinking everything is normal while your family is getting increasingly worried about the way you're talking. Some people describe it as feeling like their mouth is full of cotton, or like they're trying to speak underwater. Others say they know exactly what they want to say, but completely different words come out instead. The third sign involves your vision. You open your eyes expecting to see your familiar bedroom, but something is wrong with the picture. Maybe the right side of everything looks blurry, or you're seeing double, or there's a dark spot that wasn't there yesterday. Vision problems that appear suddenly, especially after sleep, can signal that parts of your brain responsible for processing what you see aren't getting enough oxygen. This is particularly tricky because many older adults already deal with vision changes, so it's easy to dismiss new problems as just part of aging. But there's a difference between gradually needing stronger reading glasses and waking up with sudden changes in how you see the world. If you find yourself bumping into door frames you've walked through thousands of times, or if reading the clock seems impossible when it was fine yesterday, that's your cue to take action. The fourth warning sign is losing your balance or feeling unsteady when you first stand up. Not the normal few seconds of getting your bearings, but actually feeling like the room is tilting or like your legs forgot how to hold you up. Your balance system is incredibly complex, involving your brain, inner ears, eyes and muscles all working together. When stroke or other serious conditions affect this system, you might feel dizzy, uncoordinated, or like you're walking on a boat in choppy water. Many people try to tough this out, thinking they just need to move around more or that it'll work itself out. But sudden balance problems, especially when they're different from anything you've experienced before, deserve immediate attention. Falls are dangerous enough on their own, but they're often just the visible symptom of something much more serious happening inside your brain. If you're finding this information helpful, please leave a comment with the number 4 to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our health content. Your engagement helps us reach more people who need this information. The fifth sign is chest pressure or tightness when you wake up. This isn't necessarily the dramatic clutch your chest and fall down heart attack you see in movies. It might feel more like someone is sitting on your chest or like there's a tight band around your ribs. Some people describe it as a burning sensation, pressure that radiates to their jaw or arm, or just a general feeling that something is very wrong in their chest area. Heart attacks happen more frequently in the early morning hours because that's when your body's stress hormones naturally spike. Your blood gets a little thicker, your heart rate increases, and if there's already some blockage in your arteries, this is prime time for a crisis. The danger is that morning chest discomfort can feel so much like indigestion or muscle strain that people lie back down hoping it'll pass. What's especially important to understand is that heart attack symptoms can be much more subtle in older adults and particularly in women. You might not have crushing chest pain. Instead, you could feel unusually tired, short of breath, nauseous, or just have this sense that something isn't right. If these feelings come on suddenly when you wake up and don't improve within a few minutes, don't wait to see what happens next. The sixth and final sign is sudden, severe confusion or difficulty thinking clearly. You might wake up and feel like you're in a fog that just won't lift. Simple decisions feel impossible. You can't remember what day it is, or you feel disconnected from your surroundings in a way that's completely different from normal morning sleepiness. This kind of sudden cognitive change can signal that your brain isn't getting enough oxygen, whether from stroke, heart problems, or other serious conditions. Confusion is often overlooked because people assume it's just part of getting older, or they blame it on poor sleep or stress. But there's a difference between occasionally forgetting where you put your keys and waking up unable to remember how to make coffee or feeling like you don't recognize your own bedroom. When thinking becomes suddenly difficult, especially if it's paired with any of the other symptoms we've discussed, it's time to get help immediately. Let me tell you about Robert, a 78-year-old retired postal worker who woke up one morning feeling completely disoriented. He couldn't remember what year it was or why he was in his own house. His daughter happened to call for their usual morning chat and immediately knew something was wrong. She rushed over and took him to the emergency room, where doctors discovered he'd had a series of small strokes during the night. Because she acted quickly, they were able to start treatment that prevented further damage. Here's what I want you to remember. Your body has been with you through decades of life. It knows what normal feels like, and when something is wrong, it will try to tell you. The problem is that we've been taught to be tough, to not make a fuss, to wait and see if things get better on their own. But when it comes to strokes, heart attacks and other life-threatening conditions, waiting can be the difference between full recovery and permanent disability, or worse. You don't have to be certain that something is wrong to seek help. You don't have to wait until symptoms get worse. If you wake up tomorrow morning and something feels off, something you can't quite put your finger on, but that doesn't feel like your normal self, trust that instinct. Call someone. Get checked out. It's far better to feel silly about a false alarm than to miss the warning signs your body is desperately trying to give you. Think about all the mornings you still want to have, all the people who love you and depend on you being here, all the experiences you haven't had yet, the conversations you haven't finished, the moments of joy that are still waiting for you. You deserve to be present for all of that, and your loved ones deserve to have you around, healthy and whole. Starting tomorrow, I want you to take just 1 extra minute when you first wake up. Before you reach for your phone or start thinking about your to-do list, just check in with your body. How do you feel? Is everything working the way it should? Do you feel like yourself? If the answer is no, don't ignore it. Don't minimize it. Don't wait to see if it gets better. Take action. Your life is worth protecting, and you're worth taking seriously. These warning signs aren't meant to scare you. They're meant to empower you with the knowledge to recognize when your body needs help and to give you the confidence to seek that help immediately. Thank you for watching today. If this video helped you understand something new about your health, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this information. Leave a comment below telling me which of these warning signs surprised you most, or share a story about a time when you or someone you know caught a health problem early. Your stories can help other viewers understand how important it is to pay attention to their bodies. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our health and wellness content. We're here to help you live your healthiest, longest, most vibrant life possible. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.